Bradford City continue their EFL Trophy campaign tomorrow with a home clash against Rotherham United. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Don't forget to get your score predictions and your starting 11 down in the comment section down below. And let's get into it. I'm going to try something a little bit different for today's match preview in terms of the editing. Instead of kind of like a blurred background and a bit of a cropped league table, results, team, all that sort of stuff, I'm going to put myself next to what I guess you want to see. So if we start out firstly then with the current Sky Bet League 2 table, my team Bradford City, we currently sit 8th in the table. After 16 matches, we've got 6 wins, 5 draws and 5 defeats, scoring 21 goals and conceding 17. That leaves us on a positive 4 goal difference and 23 points. Our last couple of matches then have been a draw, a loss, a draw and a win. So just 2 points picked up out of our last possible 12 available is not particularly ideal. Our last couple of matches then have been a 1-1 draw away to Colchester. Conceding in the 99th minute in this game was absolute heartbreak, but if you look at the stats, Colchester probably were the better of the two sides. We took the lead again through Andy Cook, the league's top goal scorer, but still a really disappointing result for us. We also had a 1-0 defeat away to Fleetwood Town. We probably did deserve something out of this game. In the second half we actually showed up because the first half we were terrible. They got an early penalty given away by Andy Cook. Ronan Coughlin converted, and as you can see by the stats, in the second half we absolutely battered them, but unfortunately we just couldn't find a way through and they picked up all 3 points. We also had a 3-1 win at home to Aldershot in the FA Cup first round. In the first half of this match we weren't particularly great, but second half we turned it around, got a couple of goals. Then Oliver got one of his goals of the season. I was going to say his first, but he did get one in the EFL Trophy, didn't he, against Mansfield. Callum Kavanagh got his first goal of the season as well, and if you have a look at the stats, we definitely did deserve to win. We also had a 2-1 defeat at home to Doncaster Rovers. It was quite an even game apart from around a 20-25 minute spell in the second half where Doncaster were completely dominant. They got their 2 goals. Billy Sharp found himself on the score sheet, and for an away side to come to probably on paper the toughest test of the season in terms of atmosphere, stadium, all that sort of stuff, to go have 20 shots, you know, they really did hit us on the counter-attack, and at times we just simply couldn't cope with it, so that was quite frustrating. And we also had a 1-1 draw away at Cheltenham. Took the lead through Neil Byrne. Rest of the first half we weren't amazing. They scored from a set piece, which was disappointing. I think Sam Walker should have definitely saved that, but he has cost us a fair few points so far this campaign. And yeah, disappointing we couldn't find a way through in the second half because we had some chances, but then again, against the run of play, they also had some opportunities. So our recent run of form in the league, like I mentioned, has been really poor. Compared though to Steve Evans Rotherham United, we will have to scroll down a little bit to see them in the table, but they're sat down in 17th in the League 1 table. After 15 matches, they've got just the 4 wins, 5 draws and 6 defeats, scoring 14 goals and conceding 18, which leaves them on a -4 goal difference and 17 points. The last couple of matches then have been a loss, a win, a loss and a draw. Them last couple of matches then been a 2-0 defeat away to Barnsley. As you can see by the stats, Barnsley comfortably deserved to win this football match. Rotherham only had 1 shot on target in the entire game. They were dominating in terms of possession. Barnsley had loads more shots as well, and I know Barnsley have been a pretty decent side so far this season, but I'm sure the Millers fans would be pretty disappointed to only have 1 shot on target in a derby. They also had a 3-1 defeat at home to Cheltenham Town in the FA Cup first round. Despite equalising just moments after Cheltenham took the lead, they simply got undone on the counter-attack in the second half. 3 shots on target for the Robins compared to 2 for Rotherham. It wasn't a great game for either team's goalkeeper, but not the most entertaining games for neutral, and one I'm sure the Millers fans were very disappointed with. They also had a 2-0 win at home to Stevenage. 2 goals in 2 minutes there for Hugill and Wilkes. Stevenage again only having 1 shot on target. This was a match clearly Rotherham did deserve to win. They've not had many of them so far this season, but they definitely did deserve 3 points against Steve Evans' former club. They also had a 1-0 defeat away to Leyton Orient. Normally Steve Evans' Stevenage side always beat Leyton Orient, but he wasn't able to do that with Rotherham this time round. And you would say in terms of the stats, Leyton Orient did just slightly edge it, and a 1-0 win was probably what was going to separate the two sides, to be honest with you. Not much quality in front of goal, and again Rotherham having a decent amount of shots but nowhere near enough on target. And they also had a 1-0 defeat at home to Wrexham. Paul Mullin scoring in the first minute, and while Rotherham had a load of chances in this game, they just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And obviously in terms of the EFL Trophy so far this campaign, I think we've both won our first 2 group stage matches. No, we actually lost, didn't we, on penalties to Newcastle's under-21s, so whoever wins this game will end up top in the group, and then they'll get a home tie in the next next round. And here is my starting 11 for this match. I would slightly tweak the formation. This is the formation that we ended the game against Colchester with, just because I guess you could go with the front three and just go out and out 3 strikers, but I do think it would benefit us to have it 2 dropping in a little bit deeper. So we'll go through in the normal order then. In goal, I have gone with Zach Hady. I'm 99% sure Colin Doyle will get the start in this game, but it's just my personal opinion. I'd like to see Hady get a chance. Sam Walker's been really poor so far this season in the league. We already know what Colin Doyle is going to offer, so I think Zach Hady, this will be the perfect game for him to play when there's not that much pressure on him. To see him make his professional debut for Bradford City would be very nice. In terms of my back three then, at right centre back, I have gone with Czech Diabate. I personally believe he should come back into this one. As you can see, obviously I put Halliday a little bit further on and would give Jay Ben a rest for this game, but Diabate, I think he's had his time out of the team now, and obviously in the EFL Trophy is where you do tend to rotate, so he would start for me at right centre back. In the middle, Paul Huntington. We've not seen him get a start yet in a Bradford City shirt. He's had 1 or maybe 2 substitute appearances off the bench. I know he definitely played away at Tranmere, but it would be nice to see if he's actually competent enough to get a longer term contract with Bradford City. And Jack Shepherd is going to have to play at left centre back. With the amount of defensive injuries that we have got at this moment in time, Shepherd is definitely going to have to start. In terms of the 2 wing backs, Brad Halliday, like I mentioned, at right wing back for me. Jay Ben needs a rest. He's looked quite tired in the last couple of league games, and I don't think you should play your better players in the EFL Trophy if you don't need to, so I would definitely give him a rest. And obviously Clark Adore at left wing back. With Tarek Wright out for a couple of months, it looked like Lewis Richard dislocated his shoulder against Colchester. Clark Adore is the next best option to play there, unless you put Shepherd in left wing back, but then who are you going to play in centre half? Maybe George Goodman potentially. I guess we'll have to wait and see. As to 2 holding midfielders, firstly Richie Smallwood. He plays in pretty much every game that Graham Alexander manages. To be honest, he almost plays every single minute, so I wouldn't expect that to change in this one. And especially given the formation, I think him and Corey Evans will provide each other with enough protection in that holding midfield position. Corey Evans have been quite impressed with him so far in a Bradford City shirt, and if he keeps up these performances, I would like to see him get a longer term contract. Looks quite composed on the ball, brilliant out of possession, pretty tidy as well in possession, so he would start for me. As my 2 number 10s then, they are technically both strikers, but with the type of strikers they are, they definitely could do that job. You could have Kavanagh as a number 10 and Smith directly up top with Vidane Oliver, but I just went with this formation just to try and give it a little bit of balance. Kavanagh, I'm not too sure if he'll be fit and available for this one. He was obviously meant to be on the bench against Colchester at the weekend, but then dropped out, and Smith then got put onto the bench. In the end, it didn't matter because Smith didn't come onto the pitch, but Tyler Smith needs minutes. He's not had many so far this season, and obviously proved last campaign to be very good in this competition, so he would start for me. Callum Kavanagh, like I say, if he is fit. If not, then you can quite easily put Ollie Sanderson in there, and you have Smith a little bit deeper and have both Sanderson and Oliver up top. But I also reckon Sanderson could do a job as a number 10 if you need him to. And then as the striker, Vidane Oliver, obviously man previously managed by Steve Evans at Gillingham, who definitely got the best out of him. Took him on loan last season at Stevenage as well, so I'm sure he'll be looking to get a goal against his former manager, and he definitely needs to, because obviously we know about his league start against Fleetwood, definitely did not go as he would have hoped, substituted at half time, and I think it just makes sense really to give Andy Cook a rest. So there is my starting 11. Let me know if you agree or disagree with it down in the comment section down below, but with the amount of injuries we've got at the moment, I don't really think you could go with much else, to be honest. But there we have it then. I'm going to leave it there for today's video. If you have enjoyed, make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Can we try and hit 50 likes on today's video? That would be massively appreciated, and don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. Let me know down below your starting 11 for this match. What would your score prediction be as well? Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Let me know as well down below, did you enjoy this new style of match preview? It's certainly much easier for me on the edit, so if you enjoy it more, then please let me know, because it would make my life a lot easier. Thank you all for watching though, and I'll see you very soon for another one.